Hello friends, welcome to Makeup Drawer Declutter Part 2, which is going to be all of my face related things. Now this is everything in the top drawer, which I consider to be my face drawer, so there's everything in here, as you can see, from primers to powders to even a couple of brushes that probably don't belong in here because I have brush storage on the top of my set of drawers. So what we're going to do is the same thing as before. We're going to go through, and the goal of this is to purge and get rid of things that I'm no longer using or are so stinking old that they really just should not be on my face anymore. Now let's be honest, I have acne prone skin, so this is the genre that I need to take the most care of and be the most critical of, and for that reason I can think of at least one thing for sure, maybe a couple, that have to disappear simply because of the age of the product and the fact that it will carry enough bacteria that it could be an issue for my skin. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this stuff. So I dumped it all out. Let's go ahead and get real specific about this. Right off the bat, I'm seeing things like broken silicone brushes, which I loved this thing, but it broke, so I actually ordered a new one. So this is trash. We're gonna get rid of that. I have a whole bunch of face sponges, which, let's be honest, have you ever found a way to get them perfectly clean after you've used them? Odds are probably not. Now, I have a couple of different genres here. We have the Real Technique ones. We have the Beauty Blender, but this is a Beauty Blender of mine. These are two Beauty Blenders. They feel completely different. And by the way, this was an attempt at cleaning them, which is ridiculous to me. So I have come to the conclusion that I don't necessarily need a Beauty Blender brand Beauty Blender, and that these need to be replaced more often than you would think they would. So, truth be told, I have this brand called Pure. I don't remember how I got these. I think I got them in a FabFitFun box. I don't like these. I've tried to use them because I try to use everything that I get, and I just don't like them. They're too firm. They don't apply my makeup the way I want them to, so I'm just going to go ahead and ditch these. I just ordered a new set of 4 of the Real Technique ones, because these are my favorite. I love that they have the flat side and the pointed side. This one, you can tell my dog got a hold of, so I'm going to throw this one away. This is my questionable. I'm not quite sure what happened with the quality of this Beauty Blender, but I'm going to get rid of this one too. The rest of these bad boys are going into a pile to get cleaned, because that is actually on my task list for the week, to clean all of my makeup application tools, brushes, sponges, etc. Alright, moving on to some of the exciting stuff. This is going in the trash. Why? Because it is so old. It's almost gone. I already have a spare right here that I've had in my possession for a while now, but this has gotta be, oh, I don't even want to say it, 6, 8 months old. I don't even know how many germs are in here, but I love this product. The Tarte Shape Tape is a great concealer, but then there's a little bit left in here. I could keep going with it, but I have a brand new one, and I'm just not going to risk putting the bacteria on my skin. So I'm going to throw that away, knowing I already have a spare, which is going to be kept. These I love. This is Tarte's Blush in Party, which I think is a Sephora exclusive shade. And I got one of these as my birthday gift from Sephora last year, and then I recently got another one in my Sephora Play box. Same shade, same size. I've used this a ton, and there's still plenty of it left. I'm not getting rid of it because this has been my standard go-to everyday blush. So now the fact that I have 2 is amazing. It means I can downsize blushes without worrying too much about it. It is the perfect everyday shade. But that means that this Too Faced Love blush, I mean, the packaging, it used to be gold. Everything is just so old and battered. I think this is at least 5 years old. It is one of those products that I use, and it is a great product, but it is so old that I feel like the integrity of the product has been compromised a little bit. It's a great shade. I really like it, but it is so old. It is so very old and been dipped in so many times that I think because I already have these 2, that it's time for this to go. Now we're getting into the fun stuff that I think most of it is going to hang around. So I have this primer, which is the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For primer, which I'm really enjoying. I got a sample of it in my Sephora Play Box. Smashbox Photo Finish Light primer, which I'm really enjoying. And then this is my last primer, Krez Pomegranate Mattifying Primer. When I went through searching for products that I needed to get certain ingredients out of my skincare routine for a while, this is the primer I came up with. Is it a great primer for face full of makeup? No. When I have to do full makeup, I do something like this, but it is a good primer for every day. I just need to throw some powder on primer. Keeping all of those, I have 2 facial sunscreens. One is by Kula and one is by Avene, and they are both SPF 50. They're great products. I don't use them every day. I know I should, but I have them in my drawer. I'm going to hang on to them. They're both new and good, and I got them in subscription boxes. So here is where some of the debate is. I have these 2 highlighters, and 2 highlighters doesn't seem like a lot, but for me it is, and I'll tell you why. I never wear highlighter. Ever. So I have this one by The Balm, the Mary Luminizer, which I love. It is gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Swing. And I have this Ofra one that I got in a subscription box, which is also gorgeous and buttery and real shimmery. But I don't need both of them. And because I love Mary Lou so much, I think I'm going to pass this along. I'm not going to throw it away because it's still good, but I'm going to get rid of it because I don't need 2 highlighters of the same shade. I have one contour palette that came in a FabFitFun box, and it's great. It gets the job done. I literally only use this shade. So when that shade is done, I'll probably get rid of it, but I at least have a contour powder. And I have the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop palette. So it's got some gorgeous colors in it. It's horrible to look at on the screen, don't you think? But I'm going to hang on to this because A, it was pretty expensive, but B, I actually really do like all of the products that are in here. I have a couple more blushes that are worth looking at. This one I actually got in Japan. If you can see that, that has Japanese writing on it. This is the shade Deep Throat, and it's a great peachy color. I don't have a shade that looks like this, so I'm going to hang on to this for now. I also have this Benefit California Peachy shade. This is a great summer shade. This is relatively new. I'm going to hang on to this because I don't have a peachy shade like this either. But peach is the wrong description. It's more of a coral. And then I have this Hourglass blush, which I really, really love. I'm going to hang on to this as well. This was the VIB Rouge gift for 2 years ago, and this is also a great little NARS shade. This is, I don't even know how you would pronounce that, Ghoulie, I think, but it's a great, great shade. And then this Legendary from MAC. It's from the Marilyn Monroe collection. It was limited edition. The only reason I have this still is because this is the blush that I wore at my wedding. And this wasn't the particular palette that I wore at my wedding, but this was the shade that my makeup artist put on me, and then I saw it at an outlet mall and I bought it, and I just don't have the heart to part with it because I'm afraid I'll never be able to find it again. So this is about 4 years old, but I am going to make an exception and hang on to that because it's my wedding blush. So that leaves me with the blush palette and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different blushes. Currently, will I probably end up downsizing some of them? Yes, but my promise to myself is I won't be buying anymore until I go through some of these. In terms of foundation, this is what I have, and the only thing I'm contemplating getting rid of is this. This is the Revlon Color Stay for combination oily skin. I really, really love this foundation, but my skin is starting to change and I don't necessarily need the oily combination skin anymore, which is fine. But I'm going to hang on for it for now just in case. When I have been doing my full face of makeup, I've actually gone back to my old favorite, which was this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous in 105. I really like this, but truth be told, I'm not wearing liquid foundation that much anymore, only really when I'm filming. So my go-to foundation has been this, the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder. I've been using this in conjunction, how do I do this upside down here? In conjunction with this brush, and this has been my go-to every day, these two products, which I really, really love, and if I need a little something extra, I'll throw on some concealer. So this product is staying, And then I have this is also one of my favorite products. This is actually my favorite product, but it has talc in it, which was one of the ingredients I was trying to get rid of, so I don't use it as often as I use this, because this is free of all of the ingredients I'm trying to get rid of. And then I have I have two bronzers. So I have two bronzers here. This one, you will notice, is by Lisa Frank. This is from Glamour Dolls, and it is from their Kickstarter that we are still waiting on the full line of products from them. But we did get our bronzer, and it's a great matte shade. So I'm hanging on to this bronzer and getting rid of this Too Faced little Chocolate Soleil bronzer because I'm pretty sure it's like 4 or 5 years old. In terms of finishing products, I have stuff that is going to stay with me for now. We have a little bit of MAC Prep and Prime, which I keep in the face drawer, but I actually use this for my eyes. If I need to wet an eyeshadow, this is what I use. Then I have the NYX makeup spray for matte finish. This is what I use when I use a makeup spray, which is not all the time. And then I have some Bare Minerals and Mineral Veil that came in a kit or something. I did not purchase this. This I did purchase. This is my favorite thing ever. This is Bare Minerals Well Rested, and this is my under eye powder. So I use this and a highlighter brush and put it under my eyes. It's matte. It gets rid of my dark circles. It's magnificent. This I will put on even if I have no other makeup on. This is a powder by Pacifica that I purchased when I was going through and changing my ingredients. This is free from all of the ingredients I want to keep off my skin, so this has become my everyday powder. And then this is the Coty Airspun. This is very, very popular. However, it has some of the bad ingredients in it, so I have stopped using it. So it has talc as its first ingredient, which is one of the ingredients I was trying to get rid of. So I only use this on filming days or days that I am trying really hard to like look super fancy, like going out or something like that. So it doesn't get used much anymore, but a little bit of this product goes a long way. It's a great product and it is not expensive. So if you are not sensitive to talc, this is a great, great product for you to have. And then I have, last but not least, I have this Cover Effects stick, which I actually think I'm going to purge because it has two colors in it, a peach one and a green one. It's a cream product and I think it's at least 2 years old, which means I should probably get rid of it. So I'm going to purge that, which means of all of this to say, these are the products that I am getting rid of. I'm getting rid of this bronzer, the two concealers here, color correcting concealers, this old Tarte Shape Tape and replacing it with my new one blush, and these sponges that just need to disappear. So in the grand scheme of things, am I cleaning out a whole lot in this? No, I'm not, but it is still solving my problem getting rid of some things. So what does that leave me with? It leaves me with a contour palette and a brush and highlighter palette. It leaves me with 2 liquid foundations, 1 setting spray, 2 powder foundations, 1 highlighter, my concealer, 1 concealer, only 1 concealer. I'm counting this as 1 because it's the same shade, 6 blushes, my Well Rested setting powder, my Airspun setting powder, my Pacifica setting powder, 3 primers, Prep and Prime, 2 facial sunscreens, and 1, count 'em, 1 bronzer. And then this, which is technically an eye product, but I have it in my face drawer for whatever reason. I should probably just move it to my other drawer, huh? Probably. And then I have this, which is technically an eye product, but I use it for color correction on the face. So there we go. This is my face collection in its entirety. And I can get most of it to fit into this one little container. So that's great. Which means I've emptied out an entire container's worth of stuff. And I will just have these 3 things sitting separately. And this will actually probably sit separately too. So I'll have this little pile of stuff. And then I have all of the rest of it fitting in this one little drawer. So that is everything for my purge. I have successfully gotten things down to what's in this right here, which is more than I will ever need. I could probably purge half of these blushes and still be fine, but for now this is what it is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's declutter video, and stay tuned for more makeup decluttering to come soon. Thanks guys, bye.